Hey guys, welcome back to the culcom Daily Question Podcast. I'm Jeff.
And I'm Alex.
Okay, today we're going to look at some of the questions that are discussed at a culcom. So let's jump into the topics. What's our topic today?
Our topic is talents.
Ooh, okay. Well, I'm going to learn a lot about you then, what talents you have. Okay, the first question is, if you can instantly gain one talent, what would it be and why?
Okay. I thought about this carefully.
Yeah.
I was like, not a superpower, but a realistic one, I would think photographic memory.
Okay.
I feel like that would help me a lot in life.
Yeah. How so? You forget where your keys are or something?
Yes. I mean, that definitely would have helped me a lot more in school, for sure. But I think, just remembering people's names. Like, you haven't seen someone in like months and you're like, I know you.
I've been talking so recently about how I forget people's names. Everyone remembers me, but I can't
And that's
remember.
the worst skill to have.
Yeah, I can remember dates and numbers, but I can't remember names. For me, there's one talent I wish I had a few years ago. That would be able to play the guitar.
Yeah.
And I realized, I wish I knew how to play it in my late teens and my 20s, because it would always, whenever I would go to the beach or camping, there would always be that one guy that brings along the guitar late at night and starts playing, and then all the girls just flock to him.
It
So
automatically gives you like a plus 20.
Yeah, so I'm like, God damn it. Because I've been so many times I remember just chatting to a girl, and then she looks over her shoulder like, oh, you can play the guitar, and just walks away, and I'm like, God damn it.
Yeah, no, that's true. So realistically, though, playing the piano or guitar, that would have been
So
nice.
I'm gonna try to encourage all my nephews to learn how to play guitar.
It'll just get you much better opportunities in life.
Well, I have one nephew. His father is a musician, so
Oh.
he's already he's a bad boy, so he's already riding like dirt bikes, little children dirt bikes, and he's gonna learn how to play the guitar. And he's
Probably not the drums.
No,
I feel like
no.
that's the next level.
Oh no,
No?
it's the guitarist that's the bad boy.
Okay.
Can you read number 2 for us?
Sure. What's a talent or skill you wish schools would teach you?
Okay, so what's something that's missing from schools that should? Different educations have different schools teach different curriculum.
I mean, going with guitar, when you're talking about music, music programs are normally the first thing to be cut.
Yeah.
So I feel like music automatically should be just a standard.
Yeah.
Because that's just, it opens up.
Maybe a little bit like first aid, medical stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, needed skills. Maybe money management.
Yes, financial literacy. I feel like that is definitely not taught.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else is good? I got more because even the schools are I'm 40 right now, and the education system is. My sister is a teacher back in Canada, and even the education courses are because now they're teaching coding, and she's a 5th grade teacher, and she has to learn how to do coding for computers and all that stuff.
Well, you see the elementary school kids with their smartphones. And you might as well be doing something good with it, right?
So can you think of anything else that would be interesting?
I feel like depending where you live, right?
Yeah.
Swimming.
Yeah. Oh well. Yeah. In school we had swimming
Really?
class. Yeah. So for 1 month for gym class, we would all get on a bus and go to the local swimming pool and learn how to swim.
Okay, I did not grow up with that.
Yeah.
We had Coney Island, and you did not want to go in that water. So
I guess it's just something Canada. Yeah. So most Canadians, because we have lakes everywhere, everyone knows. So it's important that
so you would say most people can swim?
Yeah, most people can swim.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, number 3. Which industry will require the most talent over the next decade?
So for this, I was thinking, in a post-COVID world,
Yep.
I think that remote work and hybrid work is going to be much more common throughout. And so I think just the everyday person is just going to have to know how to do that well. It's a huge learning curve, right?
Right.
I was teaching, and suddenly my classes had to be on Zoom, and I had to know what that was
Yeah.
and how to best do that.
Oh.
So I think Yeah, it takes a while.
That's when everything went to Zoom. That's where I just gave up on like an education.
Just hid in your room for the.
I don't like. Oh no, I don't want to look in a computer and all this stuff.
Yeah.
So I think something to do with software and computer engineering is going to be part. But also, I think too, with the people like focusing on that too, the more traditional traits are actually falling to the side.
I mean, I feel like that's a problem. I don't know in Canada, but in the States, it's you're having too many white collar graduates, right? And so you're having these jobs like electrician or plumbing or et cetera. You're losing people in those fields. Yeah. And so, I feel like those are going. I think we just need a bit of a mind shift to what's important. You know. Yeah.
So hospitality also because with the growing population, and like even like people's more interest in like food and relaxation, the workload. There's also now like people want to go out to the fancy restaurant. There's more pressure put on actually making a decent meal instead of just throwing something in the microwave.
Well, I mean, that's why you have those services that just give you the recipe and send you the stuff and here, you're a chef. Do it.
Yeah, I haven't found any of those in South Korea yet.
No.
The ones that do
I
exist.
mean, here it's just easy access.
The ones that do exist, they only have like 3 foods on the menu too. Not a lot of choices, not a lot of vegan options.
Oh, are you vegan?
No.
Oh, okay.
Carnivore options.
Okay.
Okay. Can you read number 4?
Sure. How do you think social media has influenced the way talents are showcased today?
So, like a lot of, like everyone wants to practice their TikTok dances and K-pop dance moves and singing. Yeah. And so everyone's focusing on that. So
I feel like that's not in my age range. Yeah. Personally.
Yeah.
So
I think people are focusing more on useless talents.
I think because I feel like we have such a short attention span that you need 20 seconds to impress us, right? And so which I think is not, it could be either good or bad. You get to see an array of talents of things you would never see unless you had the internet. But then also some really weird and random stuff that people get famous for.
I think social media has kind of killed a lot of people's talents. Like, imagine if we had a talent show. Like all the children at this time had a talent show. It would just be, it'd be K-pop dancing things. You wouldn't have anyone playing the violin or...
Really? I would disagree. Because going to one of the questions we're going to have later, I feel like parents are making sure that kids still learn the violin and piano.
Well, I think that kid would be...
I mean, we lucked out, but.
Like I used to go fishing. I don't know any child that really goes fishing anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I guess it depends on the area and stuff, though.
Okay, well, you read ahead. I didn't. Read number 5 then.
Have you ever tried to learn a talent just for fun, even if you knew you might not be good at it?
Oh, so on another podcast, I'm tempted actually to learn Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Oh, I tried that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like in Seoul, like I have a bunch of friends that actually are instructors too. So yeah. And like they're it's one of the, and they work at one of the better gyms. Okay. So I'm interested in picking up that, but again, you suck.
But what interests you about that specifically?
It's kind of like exercise stretch. So like some, I guess more ladies do yoga. Well, this is more like like kind of a masculine form of yoga.
I mean, I tried it, but I lasted for like 2 days.
I would like to try that, even though, I'm just gonna get choked out. Expression, I'm gonna eat a dick. Just my first once I do it, the first 3 months, I'm just gonna eat.
So you're gonna give yourself 3 months at least.
Well, I'll be a white belt, but everyone will be just choking me out.
Oh yeah, but I mean, I like that you have that confidence that you'll be there for the 3. I mean, I lasted 2 days. So,
how about? Is there a talent that you would like to learn?
I mean, I would like to learn many things, but I tried to learn past tense. So I tried salsa dancing for a while. It was really fun. Because here, when I first came to Korea, I tried salsa dancing. It was a nice way to socialize and get out there every Friday night. But people are like intense about it.
Yeah,
it's like an intense club of people here that do it, and when they do it, they're like, I would go there to just have fun and just throw myself out there.
There's the ski bunny culture here.
Kind of, yes.
If someone decides to do a hobby, something new, they go out and they buy the most expensive equipment.
It's expensive. Those shoes are not cheap. And so, people would go out there, like some of the people would... They're sitting in front of the mirror, like practicing their turns and turns, and they wouldn't even go on the dance floor until they've perfected it. And I'm like, I am not that intense at all. I'm just gonna see what happens, you know?
But is there another one you would like to learn? What you think that you won't be good at?
I don't have time in my life. So I was thinking, what is like 100 hours? If I had 100 hours to learn something quick. Better at baking.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that sounds nice. Yeah. Number 6. How do you encourage someone who doubts their talents or feels that they don't have any?
I mean, everyone has a talent, right? Like we're all just very, very different people. You know, I know that there's a whole like MBTI rage like happening right now. Everybody loves the MBTI right now. And so different personalities, I think, are just prone to having different kinds of talent. You just kind of have to know where your skills are and follow through on that. Yeah,
I think someone that doubts their capability, their talent, like how to encourage them. I can't pinpoint the show, but there's always, you know, like the little daughter ballerina that's too scared to go on the stage, so her father puts on the tutu and tries to dance with her. So I think if someone has doubts actually and you want to encourage them, you participate in that task, that talent too, might help them along.
Just going out and doing it. Okay.
If someone feels that they're going to do bad as well, might as well do bad with them to encourage them. But it's not the end of the world.
Exactly. Yeah.
Can you do, what number are we? Number 6. Number 7.
No. Do you think talent, going along with what we're saying, do you think talent is something people are born with or something that can be developed through practice?
Ooh, okay. I think... Like some people are naturally like gifted in certain areas,
or made like Michael Phelps was just made to swim. Right. Yeah.
And then I was going to use just some people are born natural athletes.
Yes.
Yeah. So we all experiences like in gym class, someone just picked up to like a sport easily.
Right. That takes born skill. Yeah.
As well as other students that they have more of a brain that can understand math or the language. I have 0 language skills, and it was torture trying to learn Korean.
Yes. And here we are.
How about what do you think?
I think I agree.
Yeah.
I think both. There's that whole Malcolm Gladwell's like 10,000 hours rule. Like if you dedicate 10,000 hours, like that's where you should be able to see like high level skill in something. Yeah. So our guitar skills may never ever get to that.
I don't have fingers. I don't have a musician's fingers.
But if you put in 10,000 hours, you're gonna.
You need long fingers to be good at the piano.
That's true.
And I guess even the guitar. Okay. Number 8. How does parental expectations impact the exploration and pursuit of talents among youth?
I mean, they got the monies, right?
Yeah.
They pay for it, so of course they influence it.
Yeah. So having access to stuff. Yeah, you obviously become better. I played ice hockey, but it was usually everyone.
It's a very Canadian thing.
Thank you. But it was everyone wanted to be the goalie because the goalie does most of the good plays and really, I guess as a kid really showed if you're going to win the game or not was the goalie, but goalie equipment's 3 times more expensive than regular equipment, so only the rich families had access to goalie.
Yeah. Okay.
But ice hockey. But ice hockey is a common thing in Korea. There's so few skating rinks, so it's actually the kids that want to have access to learn figure skating or ice hockey have to come from a well-established family. Yeah.
Or just being in the right place, right?
Yeah. like you have children, right?
I do.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, and my children they're half Korean.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are like, you should push them into modeling. But all the gigs are in Seoul.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's too much effort.
Yeah. But is there
Yeah.
is there something that maybe back home in the States you had access to as you were a child, but because in Korea the price gap difference is, the variation, the gap is so much more.
I don't know. If I find things here, I feel like here they could do a lot of the stuff that I would want them to do, like access to learning the piano, a sport like taekwondo, and now things like soccer are becoming really popular, right? Soccer clubs and stuff. So for me, those are the main ones, I think.
Yeah.
But coming from New York City, I love theater and I like acting. So seeing a bit more of that for kids would be nice in a non-competitive, much more fun, relaxed way. I think.
Yeah, because team sports I think is very important for kids to learn.
Yes.
And that you don't see a lot of team sports happening. Only
or like
maybe
after school club
yeah.
activities. Yeah.
Great. Can you read number 9?
Do you believe everyone believe everyone has at least one unique talent, or do some people genuinely? Oh, so we read that, right?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, we didn't do that one. It's similar. This was like, are people born with talents?
Oh.
But this one is, do you believe that everyone has every single person has a unique talent? Like, even though we're all different, someone has a specialty.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so, but I think again, it's so many factors.
Yeah.
Do you have access to where your talent can be discovered?
Yeah.
Do you have the means of being able to actually even do it and invest in it?
Yeah.
So I feel like there's just a lot of factors that some people would eventually just not know.
I think also everyone has a talent, but it might be that compensates for the lack of talent in a different field.
Well, when you can't be you can't be a pro in every single part.
So if someone's good, at like sports, but like someone sucks at that, then they find out a different way. Like they like, for me, I sucked at sports, but I just became a funny man. I compensated.
I don't know if it's compensating versus finding what you're actually good at, right?
Yeah. So that became my talent. Okay. And finally, what's the most underrated talent you can think of?
Honestly, I feel like the older I get, just communication skills. Like, I know that sounds like a silly talent, but I feel like some people who have charisma and are good at communicating, whether that's in the workplace area or even just in your friend circle, your family circle. Like,
Sure.
that's a skill that.
I guess, people are losing like the communication talent, like being able to like communicate, to express yourself is slowly disappearing.
During COVID, right? Like the high school students who unfortunately had to be on a computer and kids who had to be on computers, like socializing and coming back from that was a bit awkward.
Yeah. My nephews, because they went through like the early education in front of a screen. They didn't develop large attention spans.
Yes.
So good point. Well, that concludes the topic of talents. If you guys have any questions or want to know more about culcom, you could just search them on Instagram by typing in culcom. Thank you once again. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.